To start off our math today, we're going to be using bigger numbers, and I want to see how you solve this. So you cannot just write down an answer, and you cannot just tell me you solved it in your head. I want to see the actual math work that you did to solve this problem. So our problem is 2006 minus 1990, was it 7, guys?
9.
1999, thank you. Okay. Now, this is the way it was written on our screen. And I did see somebody start to break it apart and take 2000 minus 1000 equals 1000. And that's a start. Except my question for that person would be, what do you do when you get to zeros? Because 0 minus 900 doesn't really work. So, whoops, I erased one of my 9s. Another way to look at this is with the place value that we've been practicing. Now remember, the bigger number always goes on top. We cannot switch numbers around to make it easier for us to solve the math problem. That's not how it works. We have 2006 is bigger than 1999, so that is why it is on top. So if I have 6, am I able to take 9 away? Here is my 6, take 9 away. So I'm looking and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go next door and get 10 more. Uh-oh, there's nothing next door. Am I gonna freak out and panic? No, I am not, because I am a mathematician. So I'm gonna go get 100 more, but there's still a 0 there. Am I gonna freak out? No, because I'm a mathematician. Go over to the thousands. Now, I have to sprinkle some thousands all throughout my problem. So remember, sometimes it's called borrowing, sometimes it's called regrouping. Miss Walker calls it stealing because we are not giving it back in this problem. I'm going to steal 1,000. If I have 2,000 and I steal 1,000 away, I'm left with 1,000. That turns this into 100. But I need to borrow that. And I need to put it over here to give it a 10. But remember, I need to borrow that as well. Oh my goodness, that was an awful lot of work to get a 10 all the way over to my ones place, but I did it. So now my new problem is 16 minus 9. So if I have 16, can I take 9 away from it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Groovy. Now I have that problem fixed. Okay, but I'm not done. There's still all these numbers over here in my gobbledygook. So I have 90 minus 90. Wait a minute. If I have a number and I take the exact same number away, I'm left with 0. I have 900 minus 900. Wait a minute. That's the same thing I did in the tens. Now I have 1,000 minus 1,000. So all those big numbers, and I am left with 7. There is a difference of 7 between 1999 and 2006. Remember that I do not want just an answer anymore. We're in 3rd grade. I want to see your thinking, and I want to see it for this next problem. Good, you betcha.
That is exactly what I did.
Okay, the one thing I noticed that some kids did is that they moved their 8 over under a 9, but that's not where it goes. So remember our place value. We line up our numbers exactly where they need to be. When an 8 is by itself, it's almost like saying that it has zeros in front of it for all the rest of the place value. For some kids, it helps to write all the zeros in there at the beginning, and that's totally fine. But you want to make sure that your numbers are lined up so that you can make sure you're doing the math correctly. For most kids in the world, so we call this a classic kid mistake, their math mistake is that their number is just in the wrong place value place. And so when they draw the chart, they are more likely to get the answer correct because they can see their lines. So let's take a look. Oh, wait a minute. I have a 2 on the top and the 8 on the bottom. So that tells me that I have 2 and I need to take 8 away. Is that possible? So I went over, I stole a 10, I left them 8. I now have 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. But I'm not done. I still have to do the rest of the columns. So now I have 80 minus 0. If I have 80 and I take nothing away, I still have 80. Let's keep going. I have more columns. I have 900 minus 0. Well, that's really the same thing I just did. So 900, if I take nothing away, I still have 900. Now I'm gonna look at this last column. I have 1,000. 1,000 minus 0. So I still have 1,000. Oh, look at that. 1992 minus 8 is 1984. What your assignment's going to be. Let's look at the directions first. So remember that last couple of days, we were looking at the number of tickets in the chart. But here's the thing. The PTO treasurer accidentally spilled some lemonade on the chart. You can see where they spilled the lemonade because there's the yellow bubbles. So here's what it looks like. So we need to help the treasurer fix the cart. So if I look at this chart, I see that I have the popcorn stand, the beanbag toss, the cakewalk, the photo booth, and the ring toss. The popcorns, all the numbers go across in a line. So if I was looking for just the popcorn stand, I'm only looking across that line. My chart headings, my table headings say this is the booth, and that's in green. Hundreds rubber banded together. So on these tickets, they rubber banded hundreds together, then they taped tens together, and then the leftover tickets were the ones. So in the popcorn stand, I have 2 hundreds rubber banded together. I have 3 groups of 10 taped together, and I have 4 loose tickets. So my job for this problem on this row is to find the total number of tickets. Okay, so I have 2 groups of hundreds. So that's 200. I have 3 groups of 10, 10, 20, 30. So that's 30. And I have 4 leftover tickets. All right, I found the total number of tickets. Now, for the beanbag toss, it's highlighted in orange right now. The only information I have is the total number of tickets. So I need to figure out how many hundreds are in this total number, how many tens are in this total number, and how many ones are in this total number. For the cakewalk, I have the total number of tickets and I have the loose tickets. So I need to figure out the hundreds and the tens. It looks like photo booth, I need to figure out the total number of tickets, and in ring toss, I have to figure out hundreds and loose tickets. Slide 2 has a hint. Again, you only have to solve one slide. So if you solve the first slide, you don't have to solve it again on the hint page. The hint is just there to help you. Now, Everyone is going to do the challenge. Let me say that one more time. Everyone is going to do the challenge. How could you explain to someone else how you filled in the missing numbers? So I want you to be the teacher, and I want you to teach someone else how to fill out that chart with all the missing numbers. Maybe you think about how you did it and explain it step by step, but you are going to be the teacher here to explain how this works.